So in this video, we will learn how to save Sendinblue campaign details to MS Excel. Now suppose guys you have created some campaign in Sendinblue and on a regular basis, on a daily basis, you want to add or track the details of that campaign, the analytics report of that campaign, and you want to add the data to Microsoft Excel so that you can keep a track on that. So you can completely automate this process guys, and the trigger of this automation will be receiving the details of the campaign from Sendinblue. And the action will be adding that same data, same campaign details to Microsoft Excel as a new row. Now how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
Okay, so first of all, we will come to our browser and search for pabbly.com/connect. And after reaching to the landing page of Pabbly Connect, by clicking on sign up free, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. Or if you already have an account, just click on sign in. So I will sign into my own Pabbly Connect account. And after signing in, you will reach to this all apps page of Pabbly. Here you just have to click on access now below Pabbly Connect. After that, we can see we have reached Pabbly Connect's dashboard. In this dashboard, just click on create workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Sendinblue to MS Excel and click on create. Now we can see that a workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have two different windows. First one is trigger window, second one is action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. So the idea here is first we have to get the details or the data of our campaign in Sendinblue in Pabbly Connect, the statistics or reports of the campaign from Sendinblue in Pabbly Connect. Then after that, using Pabbly Connect, we will send those campaign details or data to Microsoft Excel. But first guys, we have to ensure that this automation should be executed every day at a specific time, because every day we want to get the campaign details from Sendinblue and add it as a new row in Microsoft Excel. And to ensure that this automation should be executed, this automation workflow should be executed every day at a specific time, we will be using a feature of Pabbly Connect, that is the schedule. So just select the schedule here in trigger window. After selecting schedule by Pabbly, it is asking us how often you want to run your workflow. So in the drop down, we can see several options, out of which we will select every day. And then it is asking us for the time, that at what time we want to execute this automation workflow every day. So for example, I'll enter the time as 10 AM and click on save. And that is it guys, we have scheduled this automation workflow to be executed every day at 10 AM. After this, just scroll down and come to our action window. And in this step, we have to get the details or the data of our campaign statistics from Sendinblue. So here in action step in choose app, we will search for Sendinblue. Sendinblue it is, just select it. And then in action event from the drop down, we have to select get an email campaign information. Just select this action event over here. Click on connect and select add new connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Sendinblue account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, it requires an API key of our Sendinblue account. So here you must be thinking how we are going to get this API key. Now to get this API key, we have to go to our Sendinblue account's dashboard. And after reaching this dashboard, on the right side, we can see our username over here. Just click on it. And from the drop down, we have to select this option named as SMTP and API. After clicking on SMTP and API, you will reach to this API's page, API of your Sendinblue account. Just click on this create a new API key button and give this key a name. For example, I would like to name this API key as Pabbly and click on generate. And that is it. You have just now generated a new API key in your Sendinblue account. Just copy this API key from here, go to Pabbly Connect's connection window and paste it over here and click on save. And that is it. We have successfully connected our Sendinblue account with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing and the only thing it asks us is the campaign ID. And in the drop down below, you will see a list of all the campaigns which you have created in your Sendinblue account can be seen over here. So right now in my Sendinblue account, I have created only one campaign and that is named as Welcome to Shopee Shop. This is the name of the campaign. So that is why here in this list, we can see only this campaign as well. So in this list, in this drop down, you have to actually select the campaign whose information, whose report, whose data you want to get. So I want to get the campaign details of this email campaign. So I'll just select it and then just click on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, we can see that we have received a response over here. After receiving this response, now we can see all the details of this campaign over here. What is the sender's name, sender's email, then we will scroll down. Some other campaign details like what is the number of lists, total status delivered, total status, total email sent, soft bounce rate, hard bounce rate, unique views, unsubscription, viewed, trackable view rate, estimated view, list ID, and all of those details. Now guys, basically we have successfully received the campaign details, campaign information, campaign reports from Sendinblue and Pabbly Connect. Now what we want to do, we want to add this same data to Microsoft Excel every day. But before that, we also want to mention the date of at what date we are adding this data. But we haven't received the current date anywhere in this response or in this automation workflow. So what we are going to do, we are going to use another simple feature of Pabbly Connect, and that is the date time formatter. And using it, we will add the current date, the date on which this automation workflow will be executed, that date in this workflow. Now, how we are going to do this? Just scroll down and click on this add action step button at last over here. And here in choose apps, search for date time formatter. Select it. And after that, in action event from the drop down, select current date. Click on connect. And that is it. We have added the date time formatter current date step over here. The thing it asks us is the basic format, that in which format we want this date to be. So I want my date to be in the format of day, month and year. Just select a format and then it asks us the include time in response. Like, do we want to include the time in response with date as well or not? So we don't want it. So we have selected false over here. Just click on save and send test request. And now we can see that we have received the response, and in response we have the current date. So in this way guys, basically we have introduced a current date as well. Now we have all the data which we want to add in Microsoft Excel. So this is the Excel sheet which I have created where I'm adding my Sendinblue campaign reports or campaign data. So here I have taken example of some of the few details like the total email sent, delivered email, unique views, unsubscription, viewed and all, and with the date column. If you want, basically you can create any columns, any data columns, any Excel sheet of your choice to add this campaign details, and using the same process in the automation in this workflow which we are seeing in this video, you can add the data. Now what we have to do, we have to send this campaign report to this Microsoft Excel sheet. Now to do so, just scroll down in your Pabbly Connect workflow and click on this add action step button. And here in choose apps, search for Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel it is. And after that, in action event from the drop down, select add row to worksheet. Just select it, click on connect and add new connection. Now guys, here we have to connect our Microsoft Excel account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, just click on this connect with Microsoft Excel button. And we will notice that because I have already logged into my Excel account in my browser over here, Pabbly Connect has detected the same account and it is asking us for the authorization permission. Just click on yes, and after that we will see our Microsoft Excel account gets connected with Pabbly Connect. So after making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the workbook. And in the drop down below, we can see a list of all the workbooks which we have created in our Microsoft Excel account can be seen over here. Basically, all the workbooks which are present in our OneDrive account can be seen over here. So from this list, from this drop down, we have to select that in which workbook we want to add these campaign details. So I have created a workbook named as Sendinblue campaign report, and I want to add the data in this workbook. So I'll search for this workbook and select it over here. Then it is asking us for the worksheet. So as you can see in this workbook, right now I have only one sheet which is named as sheet 1 over here. So here from the drop down we can see only one sheet. I will select sheet 1. Then all the columns of data which I have created in this worksheet can be seen over here in Pabbly Connect as different field, like column A, B, C, D, E, F with their respective names, with their respective headers which I have added over here. So guys, what we have to do, which data we want to add in which column, we have to basically map that data in their respective fields. Like guys, the process of mapping is very simple. So for example, in the first column, in column A, we want to add the date of the report, that at what date we have received this report, and we want to add that data over here. Now guys, what we are going to do, we have received the date over here using the datetime formatter. We have introduced the date in our workflow using datetime formatter. And we are going to map this same date over here. And the process of mapping is very simple, as I told you. Just click on this field, and in the drop down below, you can see all the responses which we have received in previous step. And out of that, from the responses of datetime formatter current date step, select the response of current date and it will be mapped over here. It is that simple. Let's try this again. So in column B, we wanted to enter the total email we sent in our campaign. So just click here. We have received the total email sent response from Sendinblue when we used the action step of get an email campaign action information. So let's see for total send. So this is the total email sent rate. Just select this response and it is mapped over here, as you can see. Let's try again. In column C, we want to enter the total delivered email. So from Sendinblue responses, scroll down and select this response of delivered. In column D, we want to map the unique views. So we will just search for the response of unique views. This is unique views. Just map this. In 5, we want to map the unsubscription number. So we have this unsubscription response, the statistics of unsubscriptions. Just map it. And at last, we wanted to add the views. So follow the same process and map the views as well. So guys, in this way, you can basically map this data which we have received from Sendinblue or any other step in our workflow before this step, and you can add it. And after mapping all of these data, just click on Save. Save and send test request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, we can see that we have received a response over here. And this response seems to be a very positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, basically the reports or the details or the statistics of our Sendinblue campaign, are now added as a new row in our Microsoft Excel sheet. So let's check it. We will go to our Excel sheet and we will refresh this sheet once. And yes guys, you can see that automatically the same campaign report, the same campaign data which we have received in Pabbly Connect, basically the report of this campaign which we were running in Sendinblue, is now added in our Microsoft Excel sheet as a new row. We have the same date on which we have basically get the statistics of. So all of these are the statistics or reports of this particular date. We have the date, we have the total statistics as well. So in this way guys, we can see that the automation which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine. Now let's get back to Pabbly Connect and understand in brief that what are the steps we followed to set up this automation. Now guys, first we have created a workflow in Pabbly Connect. And in this workflow, we have selected trigger as schedule because we have to ensure that this automation workflow should be executed every day. Every day, it should get the campaign reports, campaign data from Sendinblue, and it should add it in the Microsoft Excel workbook as a new row. So we have selected schedule as a trigger application or trigger feature. Then in the next step, we have received using Sendinblue as an action application, we have received the details or the data or the information of our campaign from Sendinblue. After that, we also wanted to add the current date, the date on which we have received that data. So using datetime feature of Pabbly Connect, we have introduced a current date in this workflow. And at last, we have sent all of this information, all of this data to Microsoft Excel so that it can be added as a new row in our Excel sheet. So not just these applications guys, you can basically connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone your same workflow, same automation workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. Also, Pabbly Connect offers you a forever free plan. And in this plan, you will get free tasks in your own Pabbly Connect account every month. So you can basically try and test this automation workflow in your own Pabbly Connect account for absolutely free.
If you need any kind of help or have any queries, you can ask them on forum.pabbly.com and you can check Pabbly Connect's pricing at this link. So if this video was helpful to you, you can like this video, don't forget to share it with others, and to keep getting such content on automation and integration, you can subscribe to Pabbly. Thank you, have a nice day.